Hey Capricorn, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So this is going to serve for all Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Capricorn from the 18th of October until the 24th of October. Okay? If you are resonating with this particular reading, as I hope you will, please make sure that you are hitting that like button, share, subscribe if you're a visitor, comment below. If you're looking for a personal reading and if you have a question about the cards, because there's going to be a lot today, make sure that you take a look at the description box below for information on how to book in with me and the listing of all the cards that are going to come out today. Okay? So we are going to do while I talk about the astrology for the week, I'm going to pull the separate piles for Capricorn Sun, then Capricorn Rising, then Capricorn Moon, and I'll read those at the end of the reading to put a little bit more emphasis on the component that's best for you, okay? So first thing is that Monday the 18th, we finally are coming out of Mercury retrograde. So excited as it's going direct here. Everything that's been a little bit slow, everything that's been a little bit challenging as far as communication, those different types of things are really going to start to push forward in momentum. Last week you would have probably seen a little bit more things trying to open up with people getting prepared, but this is the week that things are actually starting to be a little bit more direct. Not only do we have Mercury coming out of retrograde, we also have Jupiter coming out of retrograde. So the opportunities for some people when it comes to finance, different types of things coming to people as far as what your version of abundance means, the expansion for whatever it is that you have going on with a project, or with increasing, advancing, all those different types of things associated with Jupiter. A lot of wisdom, a lot of learning would have come through for a lot of people during this little bit of a slowdown, which is what the retrogrades are all about, right? So look for this week to be extremely, extremely fast moving when it comes to lots of different types of things. Now, we do still have what's called the shadow period for each of those retrogrades. So technically, when we get to Scorpio season, which is on the 22nd, Friday of this particular week, you may see some really swift movement, especially starting this upcoming Friday. But you still have to give the shadow period its time. It's usually 7 to 10 days. So technically you may want to give yourself a little bit of opportunity, give yourself a break if you don't see everything showing up the way that you want to until the end of the month. But pull those lists out, pull the different things that you've really wanted to start and start paying attention to the details this upcoming week, okay? On Wednesday, we have a full moon in the sign of Aries. And at the end of the evening, Aries is going to switch over into the sign of Taurus. So really this week belongs to Aries. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday belongs to Taurus, and then Saturday, Sunday belongs to Gemini. So if you have any of those signs in your chart, make sure that you take a look at those readings, assuming that they are important for you to take a look at. So we are getting ready to go into Scorpio season. If you have a Libra or you have Libra in your chart, this is the last week, Monday through Thursday, that we have Libra Sun at least kind of doing some things, and then we switch to Scorpio season on the Friday the 22nd. The Sun will go into the sign of Scorpio. The best days of the week energetically are going to be over the weekend, really Friday and then Sunday, just to be perfectly honest with you. There's a lot of juicy trines that are happening. We've talked a lot over the past couple of weeks about Pluto having its conversation in the universe with regards to the changes that are coming. Pluto is the energy of Scorpio, wanting things to change. We still have Venus very, very heavy in the charts for everyone this particular week. Venus managing Scorpio and Taurus for sure. Venus wanting to come in and make things even and beautiful and just kind of, that little equilibrium of things that we have going on. So look for that this week, especially if it's been a little bit dodgy. This is the last opportunity for this week that Venus is going to be very, very heavy in the charts for people as well, to try to balance out anything that's been weird. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull the overall card from our Sacred Geometry deck for all of you Capricorn. And then we're going to immediately follow it up, they said, with a numerology card and a Keeper of the Light card. We do have several oracles that are going to come out. So this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Capricorn, you still have that mix with Pluto that is in the mix here, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are the days that you have a lot of that energy with what Pluto wants to change, and then the duty and perseverance are the things that people are holding on to as far as association with Capricorn or the Devil card on those particular days. So Sun, Moon, and Rising from our Sacred Geometry, what do we have? Capricorn. Thank you. Ooh, nice. We have a frequency card here, and I will read the details at the end of the reading here. 5, this is the energy of change this week, but we have a frequency of 174 hertz, and what this is trying to articulate is that I am safe within my body. I am safe. So the energy of 5 here, the energy of change coming forward, a lot of the times it has a lot to do with financial changes, but it doesn't always have to be, but there's a change that's on its way for you, or still continuing to work in your environment this week. We're going to go on with their numerology because that's what they wanted to have happen. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, that was super fast. Thank you. Oh, okay. So we have the energy of intuition that is here. Okay. Very many of you, the change that's going to take place is going to have to do with your awakening with regards to your intuition and things that are going to be made available to you. Your sense of knowing. So that music that comes with it, the 174 hertz, is going to be very, very important for you to be able to tune into that frequency. Just plug it in here to YouTube or the Google or any other of your music sites, but search for 174 hertz, okay? And the Keepers of the Light stepping forward for our Capricorn. Here we go. And then this week we're going to use the Psychic Tarot deck. Again, we're going to go back in with the In-Between Tarot deck, because with this extra week that we have in October, we're still, for some people, really feeling that change. And if we need to clarify further, we'll use the White Sage Tarot. Okay, so here's what we have here. We have hope with love and acceptance, okay? We have hope with love and acceptance that is coming through. So with regards to change, it's about making sure that you understand that love is yours and recognize your own personal divine worth, okay? So some of you need to change your thought process about who you are as an individual. And then you need to make sure that you're only choosing loving thoughts, okay, to help set yourself up for the next portion of the energetics. Because with the 5 base energy, you're at that critical point where you're starting to move forward, so you want to keep that momentum going with you, okay? All right, Capricorn, let us go ahead and lay down the cards for every single day of this week. You guys know that the Psychic Tarot deck is technically not meant to be read in the reverse position, so if something does present itself when I'm doing this, I will do extra clarifiers and pay special attention with the In-Between Tarot. But here we go. Let's see what we have for Capricorn. Monday. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Monday. Wow, that was super fast. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, all right. Let's see what we've got going on with that Thursday energy. Thursday's energy. Ooh, okay, Friday. Saturday and Sunday all popped out together. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, you actually have doubles. So there's going to be some extra messages here. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday. You want all of these to come out? Yeah, so there's extra messages. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. There's a lot of people that have a lot of the major arcana that's coming out here. You actually have a lot of messages, but this absolutely has to do with being in touch with the obstacles and challenges, accepting what is right now, so that you can get to a point where you can change the frequency, realizing that there's temptations within someone or someone in your energies, their own individual energy. It may be feeling a little bit shaky in as far as the foundations are concerned, and really what we're trying to get back to, Capricorn, is realizing realizing what it is that you can, and how do I say this? Focus on what sacrifice means to you. Are you giving too much? Are you not giving enough? So the change that's going to happen for you this week, Capricorn, is realizing what that is for you, and then just trying to manage through the process. So I'm going to read these really, really quickly, okay? Because there's extra stuff that wanted to come out. They definitely said leave it. Six of Cups, Six of Swords, wow. So the latter part of the week is really where you're going to start to see more of the growth in your particular situation. Just like a lot of people, the beginning of this particular week is going to seem a little bit kind of far out there. Here's what we have. We have the Six of Cups in the reverse position. Meaning that there's something that was going on with individuals from the past. It could be that your soul family has been trying to communicate with you. It could be that something or some sort of situation popped up from the past, but you're trying to move your way through it. On Tuesday's energy supports that with the Six of Swords, which is moving on from the situation. There is also the energy on Wednesday, the Four of Rods or Wands, depending upon how you learned the terminology that's in the reverse position, meaning that there are some challenges that are going on either in the home or the best place of business. And I bring it up and I merge it together because a lot of people work from home, obviously, with the situation that we're in. So you have to take that situation and match it to whatever it is that's going on here. Regardless, on Thursday, there's the situation of not speaking your piece. What we have is the mixture of the throat chakra with the Mercury himself, which is the Magician. So this is about change again. This is about releasing. So for some of you, there could have been a situation where you've had like harsh communication with someone in the past, but definitely the throat chakra and communication is coming out this particular week for you. When we get to the energy of Friday, we have Judgment. So that's the Pluto energy that I was talking about before. That's kind of in the mix. I feel for most, this is going to be a really, really good day, because what's happening on this day is we've got the Sun in Taurus, which is trining the Pluto and the Capricorn energy. So the Pluto of Judgment is, can we be ready to be ready for the second opportunity, this change or this advancement that really needs to happen? Okay, the universe has something for you. Are you recognizing what that is? Again, sacrifice needs to come into the conversation here so that you can understand and appreciate where you have been up until this particular moment with whatever that happens to be for you or the situation. Okay. When we get into the energy of Saturday, we actually have the Hierophant. We have Taurus showing up here. So this is about wisdom. This is about higher knowledge, higher learning. This is about getting to the point in your environment where you are learning the lesson. Did you learn the lesson? Are you graduating from what was into what is now on its way towards you? For some of you, from a work perspective, it means that there's a promotion available. For some of you, it means that from a schooling perspective, that there's graduation or getting to the next level of something. This has a lot to do with educating oneself as well. So I want to make sure I put that out there. It definitely has a lot to do with organization and organization, being organized, but being organized for work purposes as well, is what I have coming out here. Now Sunday, which is the best day of the week, like I said, as far as the energetics are concerned, you've got a lot of extra messages, and I'm going to honor the way that these came out, because it really does mean that there's some different things that are happening here. So how they're wanting me to read this is past the energy and where you are going to potentially be if you put some of these pieces into play this particular week. What we had here in the past was the Nine of Swords, which is the energy of suffering and silence, as it's titled on this particular card. A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of anxiety, a lot of in your brain, stinking thinking, can't get your brain to shut down, just overthinking lots of different types of things. What it looks as though there is in the energy of people switching from not going into solitude Virgo mode, but starting to go into Virgo mode and trying to realize kind of what's going on. For a lot of people, this is the dark night of the soul, and things are getting ready to start coming out of that. But what's coming out of it is this Two of Cups energy. And this deck, it's called Spiritual Union, but the Two of Cups really is an energy of coming together, especially with your emotions. So from a spiritual perspective, spiritual union can mean you getting more in tune with your higher self, your angelic guides, your galactic team, whoever it happens to be. It also means that there's more of a balance coming in as far as your emotional state is concerned. And it definitely means that you and another individual are really starting to blend the ideas. It looks like for me, there's a minimum of 3 energies that I'm seeing here, Capricorn. So I'm going to try to go as slow as I can and be as thorough as I possibly can, because there's a lot that's going on here. Okay, so because again, this deck is not necessarily meant to be read in the reverse position, there's really only a couple of cards that need to be extra verified here. But I'm going to go ahead and just grab the Psychic Tarot deck. I really want to get into the issue of what this Six of Cups in the reverse position was. Lack of joy, lack of youthful enthusiasm, a lot of challenges, like I said, trying to be resolved. Something is being let go of. It can have something to do, again, like I said, with someone in the past, or you're realizing or going through and taking the messages that are coming from your spiritual team at this particular moment. But definitely the energy of getting past something. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the Six of Cups in the reverse position and find out what that means for Capricorn on Monday. So, you know, there's a couple of oppositions that are there. Like I said, this is the reason why the beginning of the week for most of the different signs, and this has a lot to do with the collective, is a little bit, I don't even want to call it sketchy, but this is the turning of the knob these first couple of days into the week. We have, like I said, the moon in Aries, so that self-will, you know, how you're going to get involved with something. We also have the energy of it being in a conjunction with that whole Venus and Libra and Mercury having this conversation about all these things wanting to go very, very quickly in a sense, and how can we even that whole thing out so that we can get our self-will back, right? So we have the energy of the Fool and the Magician sitting here, okay? That is giving time. So giving ourselves time and space to make a decision when it comes to a collaboration. 3 of Coins in the reverse position into the 4 of Coins. Maybe realizing that there is a unity of some sort that was not working out. Justice in the reverse position with the Hangman. And is there one more? Nope, they said use the littles. Basically what that means is that there is or was a very, very tough lesson with regards to being involved with someone, some sort of a group or some sort of a collaboration that did not work out the way that it needs to go. But the fact that there was time invested in trying to get your collective poop in a group here, realizing that there's something that you may not have been aware of in the past is actually getting ready to show up. Because we have 2 majors, I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple more cards on this for this Monday. I really want to get down to what is it that we're walking away from. Interference is the word that they keep telling me. Is there's a lot of interference. Interference could mean lots of different types of things. It could be people, it could be places, it could be physical things. There's a lot of interference that was creating a negative situation. We got the 2 of Swords in the reverse position. Finally being able to come to peace with something if you gave yourself that time that was needed to figure something out, right? Logically and within your heart. So not a very easy decision to make. But this energy is still in your environment. So let's get that figured out here. Why is the 3 of Coins in reverse? Let's get that figured out. Instability is what I'm getting from Foundation. Yeah, we've got the Hierophant again. Higher level of learning, higher education, commitment to something. Let's see what Justice in the reverse position in this deck is about. Being ready to face up to what needs to be faced up is basically what that is. Thank you. So what we have here is the Magician in reverse and then the 9 of Swords. Okay, so what this basically boils down to is somebody softening up their energy. And this doesn't necessarily have to be you, Capricorn. This definitely could be someone else that's in your energy. But what's being said here is that you or the person that you're involved with this particular moment is really starting to figure out that they've been a jerk is basically what I'm seeing here. And what you had to do is you had to come to a really harsh decision about something with regards to their level of commitment to themselves, what it is that they or you, again, because you gotta mix these energies the way that they're supposed to, but Mercury really being kind of a jerky in type of a situation. So the best thing about the Magician when he's in an upright position is that he's ready to share that you have all of the different things that are needed. When he's in the reverse position, this definitely is not a good situation, because what it means is that this person or this energy that's around you, and it could be just a galactic information as well, just really wasn't doing you any favors. Like something was not right, something was sketchy, but you are starting to get to the point where you're realizing that this Nine of Swords momentum, this is the same card that showed up here on that Sunday, the best part of the week, is trying to turn. So for some of you, this has been a really crap situation. But however, on Monday, what's coming out of this is that you're going to start to release yourself from the things that were going on in the past. It's like you're turning the page and you're trying to start a whole new process with whatever the old situation was. There's a lot of pain that was involved with it, but you're trying to release yourself so that you can move forward. Therefore, when we get to Tuesday, now we're moving on. We're moving on from the situation, we're moving on from the energy, we're moving on from the person. It's been very, very tough. But in the traditional image, and this is what they're bringing me towards, in the traditional image of the Rider-Waite at least, what you see is the energy of a mother and a child, or at least two people in the boat. We'll leave it that way. And then the person at the back of the boat that's pushing them through the stream from this Five of Swords energy into the Six is actually guidance. There's guidance here. So you're moving on. There's definitely some guidance. Some of you are taking advice of your spirit guides and your galactic team, whatever the case may be, which is really, really good. Now, when we get to the full moon energy on Wednesday, and I really am encouraging people at this time to go within and do what they need to do as far as full moon release, ceremony, whatever the case may be, even if it's just writing out different things, is going to be a really, really good time for you to release. This is indicating that there is something shaky going on in your foundations. Again, it could be work, it could be home, just a lot of unhappy type of situation. So we're moving on from this particular situation, but let's clarify Four of Rods, Four of Wands energy on Wednesday. Yeah. Woohoo! There we go. Yes. Wow, that was fast. Thank you. Okie dokie. So, a lot of pain is what we've got going on here. The Five of Cups in the reverse position just means something was super, super stagnant. Just doing the basic day-to-day type stuff. Something was not being recognized as helpful. But moving on from the Five of Cups, which is a pain point, into the Six of Cups, which is back here. So someone is really realizing how much dramatics have been created and shared in that household. The next card that we have here is the King of Swords transitioning into the Page of Swords. So this air energy, this mental, this air energy, this communication that kind of comes through in this particular moment. This is where I feel Mars is actually doing a lot of dancing in the universe with Libra. Again, the strong, aggressive energy with Libra trying to come in and balance the different types of things out is really the energy of what it is that we have here with this air energy. It's the energy of I've taught you everything I can teach you, and now it's time for you to pick up the mantle and start doing something with this information because it's new. We're turning a new leaf. And then what we end up having here is the Two of Rods back into the Three of Rods. So this is kind of getting your groove back. This is agreeing that there is a decision that needs to be made. And if you make the appropriate decision for you, there is this expansive energy that's going to be able to come out with it. I like this energy because this really is indicative of someone really going through a bunch of crap, but really trying to own it at this particular moment and try to get through it. Now, what I didn't explain was that on Monday, we have the energy of Chiron in Aries moon. And I've talked about this for several months, that Chiron in Aries is the energy of healing, but it's healing what it is that you bring to the table. You owning your collective poop, right? What is it that you're owning in this particular situation? And that's what's cycling through for you, Capricorn, with the change. And thereby, when you own up to your level of dependency or codependency with a particular situation, whatever it happens to be for you, now Mercury is trying to say to you, now if you haven't been saying the things that need to be said, it's going to start moving forward. And some of you definitely need to work on your communication skills when it gets to our Thursday. Now on Thursday, this is the energy again of Mars and Libra, that push, that aggressive energy trying to balance with that square that happens with Capricorn and Pluto. It's like, how are we going to make this change happen? It has to change. I need it to change. How do I get it to change? How do we get it to be fair and equal? And what's pushing up against that is that whole Capricorn energy of duty and perseverance. Well, this is where I go back to sacrifice. What are you sacrificing versus what are you giving too much? I mean, you have to take a look at what that balance is for you, okay? So then when we get to the energy of Friday, now we have Pluto that's sitting here having this conversation with us. Okay, are you now ready to be ready? Because on this day, we have the moon in the sign of Taurus, steady Eddie, day-to-day, doing the day-to-day details as far as the value about what it is that we want to bring in with this change. How are we going to make that happen? This is also the day where we have this the sextile with the energy of Neptune in Pisces. So it's been a little bit crazy for people, and it's going to be like that because it brings all this airy-fairy energy into things, and the universe is like, you got to face up to this stuff and let's get it figured out. What are you willing to do in order to be truthful in this particular situation so that things can be balanced for you going forward? So when you get into the energy of Saturday, now we have the energy, like I said, of wisdom, of Virgo, kind of hanging out here. And when the sun enters into the sign of Scorpio, it's forcing the change, okay? When the moon enters into the sign of Gemini, that's the communication. Third house Gemini, communication, in or out. There's wisdom that's coming. Okay, so it's possible that someone in your environment is going to lay down some really interesting details. You need to be in a position of listening in this particular day. When we hit Sunday's energy, like I said, I think I kind of already talked about it a little bit. That Nine of Swords that was here in the past, you're releasing yourself from that anxiety, coming full circle with whatever is going on here with this Virgo. Yeah, this is Virgo. This is Hermit. I'm sorry. Virgo, Hermit, boo. And then words, woman. The Hierophant on, which is Taurus energy here on that weekend. Something is going to be coming out. So I'm going to say for many of you Capricorn, it's going to be a very, very heavy emotional weekend, but it's going to be a weekend conversation or whatever's showing up that needs to happen. I'm going to go ahead and clarify because I want to understand what is going on with this. Let me just move these guys up just a little bit. I want to understand specifically on Sunday, like what is going on for Capricorn this upcoming Sunday. It is energetically the best day of the week. Yeah, releasing the anxiety in a particular situation, someone being a little bit too alone, focusing on, again, where sacrifice is the word. It's the Hangman energy that really wants to come through with Pluto, which is the Judgment card that's right here. It's sacrifice, owning up to what it is that you have sacrificed or what needs to be sacrificed in a situation and then learning from that. So let me have a couple of cards and clarifiers on this, please. Whoa. Yep. Three of Swords into the Four of Swords. Pain, 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 and moving past it anyway because you had other things to do. Okay? Heartbreak. Interference. Wow, this is interesting. Yeah, we've got the Sun card in with the Judgment card. So the universe is saying, yeah, now we're at that point. Whoever is involved in this situation really owning their shit. And the only way that the sun is going to shine on this is by being completely honest and open based on whatever this pain was. What else do we have? Yep, there we go. Scorpio energy here, death energy coming in. Scorpio energy, the death card showing up here with temperance. So the temperance energy is, well, if you can see in the back of this, is like the energy of the angel. It's the fire, it's the passion, it's the momentum, it's the balancing of the universe, it's the mixing of the fire and water, and how do we get that proper balance to create this steam engine that Sagittarius wants to bring forward for you, this passion, this momentum. And this passion and momentum would have been supported on Tuesday's energy, because Sagittarius is here hanging out with Venus, trying to make everybody look good, feel good, and smell good with what needs to go on. So somebody is breaking out of a really harsh cycle, getting to some really interesting realizations. Because we have 2 double majors, I'm going to go ahead and clarify a little bit more. So the first card that we have out is the Wheel of Fortune, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles, and then we have the 8 of Swords. And what else do we have on this? Because I feel this is heavy. Yep, there's Judgment again. So what we have here is an opportunity for you or someone else that is in your energy. Yes, I really like this. The Ace of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. Okay, so again, what's being clarified with the Sun card here is that it's going to take the turn of Jupiter. Okay, the turn of Jupiter, which goes direct on Monday. The turn of Jupiter, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see if I can do it this way. Does it make sense if I do it this way? La-la-la. This is what happens when you have big old football hands. The Sun wants to come in and bless what Judgment has to give. This is Judgment again. The 10 of Pentacles that's sitting here in the middle can be financial. It has a lot to do with family. It has a lot to do with family values. It has a lot to do with learning and education as well. It has a lot to do with passing on the wealth of knowledge. And it, of course, can mean physical dollars as well. But Jupiter, since it's coming out of its going direct, is exactly what this is, the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune needed to turn, which is basically, this is the timing for things to show up here this particular week in order to make certain things happen for you. Now the clarifier with the Death and Temperance card here is, again, same as this, 3 of Swords, super pain, and interference that was in your environment is being cleared up here. So the 8 of Swords is the energy of finally letting yourself go. It's the mini devil card. It's mini devil Capricorn card, like stinking thinking, and whoever's holding you in that space, you realize didn't have anything to do with anybody else. It had 100% to do with you and your thought process. That's what it is. But the Ace of Pentacles now comes in. There is a new opportunity. There is a new chance. There is a new big, bold, beautiful thing that's on its way. Pentacles, tangible, touchable things, okay? And then how it ends up is this 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups now is a joining, a coming together. There's joy, there's happiness, there's pleasure. And because we're going from the 2 of Cups into the 3 of Cups with this Ace, you've got 1, 2, 3. This is a timing of new things starting. So you're turning a new leaf this particular week, Capricorn, or whoever it is that you're dealing with in your energy. And it's been a pain in the ass. I can tell you it's been a pain in the ass, and there's been some trepidation about how you're going to get this thing done. Can you handle one more surprise? But the reality of the situation is that yes, your patience is going to pay off. What you've been doing, or what you may do one more time, is just take another stab, or whoever the person is in your energy, take another stab at their level of involvement in the situation. How am I going to get this thing to work out since I've caused so much pain? I want to turn the new leaf. That's exactly what this is going on here. So again, it is going to be supportive to bring in the energy frequency of 174 hertz in music, meditation time. Put it on in the background. You can listen to it in your car, taking a bath, whatever the case may be. You will find that the intuitive nudges for the universe are extremely crisp and clear. You can't miss the signs and signals and the conversations that are coming through. But at the end of the day, this is hope. It's about love and acceptance for yourself and whoever else is involved in this particular situation. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull in the different oracle cards. We're first going to start with the dragon energy. Okay? And then we're going to do a Starseed Oracle, and then we're going to get into the sun, the moon, and the rising sign. Okay? All right. So here's what the dragons want to say to our Capricorns this week. Super fast. Thank you. The orange dragon brings soul families and communities together. Okay? This is that Sagittarius push energy that I was talking about before. And I can't remember who else got this. It could have been Taurus. It was either Taurus or Gemini that got this. Same card. This is about spreading your belonging. It's about warmth and oneness. It's about bringing people together. This is the time. This is a significant orange. So sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, love and happiness. I'm taking a look at all the colors that are going hard in this particular scheme here, like getting your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, just kind of getting it back together. That's kind of the energy of what's going on here. Let's go into the Starseed Oracle and see what we have for Capricorn. Okay. There's another one. Here it is. Thank you. Okay, what we have in here is first that there is, wow, physical and emotional healing is what's up this particular week, my friend. Physical and emotional healing. This is deep cellular healing as well. This is Arcturus energy. So for anyone that understands who the Arcturians are, the highest form of the medical teams that we have out there in our multiverse, call on the Arcturians, or if you identify as an Arcturian, then just know that you can call on your soul family to come in and help you with any healing that needs to get done. And we have the void. This is technically new moon energy, but the void is talking about stop, embrace the craziness with winter that's going on here, and this is the great cosmic womb. So whatever it is that you've been going through in the past, this is where you get to crack wide open. Now, I'm surprised that card didn't come out, but these are the ones that we have. And what that basically means is that, again, it's all about acceptance. It is what it is. Now it's time to just move on and start a new chapter, and there's going to be a new level of journey. Okay? Now, we're going to get into the additional signs. If you are a Capricorn sun sign, these are your additional messages. New beginning. This is a new beginning. Thank you, angels, for opening the doors to change. I am ready. From the Earth Magic deck, what we have here is the Milky Way. It's about your level of perspective, okay? Change your perspective. This is exactly where sacrifice comes in. I was talking to you about that before. What have I done? What have they done? Where was the balance? Where was the where was the inconsistency with the balance? But you have to be able to look at it from a point of view of perspective. And then the biggest issue that was showing up for you was the whole energy of Mars and forcing things to happen instead of letting things naturally trying to work themselves out. It's not always easy. It's not, but that's what's up. Okay. Now, if you are a Capricorn rising, if your ascendant is in Capricorn, then here we go. Unconditional love is what the Divine Mother is trying to come in. This is a depiction of Mother Mary. Unconditional love for you and the other individual in the situation is the only way that you're going to be able to get through whatever this particular pain point is for you. So you can say, thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. Okay? Earth Magic, Ceremony, Invocation. Some of you need to, again, get down on this full moon on Wednesday, and you need to go into ceremony, whatever that is for you. In this particular card, this person is doing a burn ceremony. They're also utilizing crystal healing. That's going on here. It can only stretch so far, so that's kind of what's going on. It's very important that you get connected in with your higher self, your angels, whoever else that's involved. They're telling you to set aside some time and just focus on that energy so that you can be heard and that you can speak out whatever it is that you need to have. The influence that's supporting you is the Libra energy that we talked a little about before. It's the I balance. This is like the Two of Pentacles energy. This is trying to keep it together. It takes a very strong person when there's a Two of Pentacles there to kind of keep like this, not paying attention to that craziness, not paying attention to that craziness, getting yourself to a point where there's more equilibrium. Okay, so that's what's going on for you there. If you have Libra in your chart, you may want to go and take a look at that. Find where Venus is, because Venus is responsible for the Libra and Taurus energy. Okay, that might be supportive for you. If you are a Capricorn moon, then the additional messages that we have for you is the miracle of nature. Okay, the miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. Some of that solitude that some of you guys were in over here, you got to get out. You got to get some fresh air in your lungs. You got to get those solar codes in your body. You got to put your feet on the earth significantly, because now we have Vision Quest that comes up. This is a no bullshit card here. This means that there's something very significant, and only you're the only person that can get down to the nubbins of what this is. So they suggest a vision quest, deep meditation. You definitely are going to want to have some time to yourself at some point this week in order to make that happen for yourself. And the biggest component for you, again, is Scorpio. But Scorpio is all about transformation. That's what we've been going through for this entire past 60 days. It's about the energy of this transformation with Pluto. Scorpio energy, transforming. How do I transform this? Then giving you the practical steps on how to transform it so that it can be a little bit more balanced for you. Okay? All right, Capricorn, hopefully whether you're sun, moon, or rising, you were able to understand a little bit more about what could potentially be showing up for you this week. I think the universe has given you a few pieces of information as far as additional signs that you need to be able to look for. Sun, moon, rising, and north node, if you know your chart. Of course, I'm always available. Take a look at the description box below if you want to book in with me. Otherwise, leave a comment, like and share, and subscribe. Many, many, many blessings to you. I am very grateful for you to be here, and I can't wait to see how we turn this around for you next week. Many blessings. Bye for now.